A pulse check on what's happening with US equity market futures as well. We are still a while away before the resumption of trade stateside, but this is also positive here. What we're seeing is higher calls expected for the 500, the Dow and the Nasdaq when trading resumes after another historic session in the United States, which saw significant equity market declines and those circuit breakers also coming into force. Well, let's get some final thoughts now with Mitul, who's been joining us around the desk this morning to help us understand all of these incredible market moves that we've been watching. Mitul, how do you trade it? What is the best strategy to put in place right now, particularly from your perspective as an EM expert? When you look at the rising dollar, how is that impacting your investment decisions today?
Right. The first thing is it's extremely hard to trade this for anyone. I think a lot of investors are just not trading this. I think there's a lot of people sitting on the sidelines or liquidating what they have. Unfortunately for emerging markets, it's one of the first asset classes to be hit when you do see liquidation, as we're seeing now. You know, it's a risky asset, and generally, whether it's bonds, equities, FX, EM is bearing the brunt of this to some extent. And I think that continues. You know, I think we're in the eye of the storm. And I think the first thing we need to see is markets function properly again. We're not even at that point in time where, you know, liquidity, funding stress, etc., will start easing and normalizing.
And to that point, Mitul, is Bill Ackman right that the US and quite possibly other markets globally just need a respite from this, needs to shut down for 2 weeks, possibly even a month? Or is this kind of price discovery mechanism, as chaotic as it is, essential in the current environment?
It's a great point to debate. I mean, look, you could argue if you shut down markets and people will find calm and will get back to normality again.
And policymakers can get on with it.
Policymakers can get on with it. But then, you know, you shut down markets and you also create another major issue. You know, you could create more panic by doing that generally. So I'm not sure that's the best way to go about it. It's unprecedented if that happens. I know it has happened in occasions in the history of mankind, but I think it's, you know, it's one of these things that will be very draconian. You know, I just think we need to see functioning come back. I think we need to see asset markets moving. The risk parity trade needs to start functioning again. Exactly. You know, asset markets need to function in the right way. Then we can start to see some bottoming in this.